Good morning, one and all, and welcome to the video. This video, I'm going to be teaching you about AWS Cognito API Gateway Lambda. How do we secure our REST API using AWS Cognito, using JWT token as well. We're going to create user pools essentially. Without wasting much of time, let's get started with this video. All right, so I'm on my AWS account, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on Cognito right here. So I'm gonna go to Cognito, click on Manage User Pools. Very easy. AWS makes things so easy. Sawmill. I'm just gonna add a sample. I'm gonna select all the default and create a user pool. At this point, I have my user pool, so it's easy, right? Now what I gotta do is I gotta create an app client. Click on here, and I'm gonna say you can set up refresh interval, all that fancy thing you want to do. You can do that. I have created my app client. This is my client ID, right? Then I'm gonna click on essentially app client settings. I'm gonna enable Cognito for that app, and then here I'm gonna say https sawmill.com/. Remember, this is the endpoint which will be called, this is a callback URL. So when you sign in, it's gonna, it's gonna redirect you to that URL. When you sign out, it's gonna do that. I don't have this, but I'm just filling up a dummy one. So your front end application this is the URL for your front end app. Okay, that's gonna do the logic. So over here we'll select implicit and implicit grant and authorization code grant, phone, email, open ID, this one and this one. Click on save changes. Very easy. Now we're gonna essentially click on the domain. We're gonna say Sawmill app, Sawmill domain, check availability. Oops, that's not there. It doesn't like that. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just say Sawmill app, check availability. Oh, really? Sawmill test app. What about that? Do you like that? Oh, says the enter name contains invalid character. Oh yeah, because the domain you have to provide, you can't provide capital, right? Sawmill app test. Let's try that. Does it like it? Yeah, it likes it. All right, click on save changes. At this point, we have done with the AWS Cognito part. Now go to app client settings and scroll all the way on the bottom section, and where you're gonna click on launch the hosted UI. It's gonna take our time because we just created a domain. Give it a couple of seconds, and this should work. Okay, so I'm gonna go back, and again I'm gonna click here, and now I do see one. So we click here, and then I'm gonna open my incognito, dump the URL here, and I'm gonna sign in through here. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna go on sign up, and I'm gonna select a user ID. I'm gonna enter my email ID. Okay, I've entered my password, click on sign up, and then I go to my Gmail, and I should have a verification code shortly. So we go to inbox, and here is my verification code, easy peasy, very easy. We click on confirm account, and so you can see now it's essentially redirecting me to sawmill.com/callback and the code, right? So this is your front end. When you log in or sign up, you will redirect the user to this URL, right? So this should be a front end application URL. We're not worried about that right now. The account has been created, right, for that particular user. I can go to user group, and if I refresh here, I should see that email has been confirmed. Now it's a piece of cake, guys. Very easy. It's really easy. Let me close this, man. So again, now I'm gonna start with the API gateway part, which is extremely easy, right? So we click on API gateway. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna it takes a while to load. Okay, API, and then I'm gonna click on REST API. Okay, we wanna click on build and not import. So we'll click on build, and we click on OK. We'll click on new API. We'll click on Sawmill API, region. Click on create API. Okay, our API is ready, guys. Very easy piece of cake. Create a route. Now I'm just gonna create a fancy one. My custom. Okay, so I created a route, as you can see here. Now I'm gonna add a get method API. So we'll say get method, and remember, we'll click on this icon here, and now I wanna invoke a Lambda function. What was that? Event. So this is my Lambda function. It's a hello world Lambda. I'll show you that in a second. Nothing crazy there. And click on save and just say yes. Okay. So at this point, my API gateway and everything is ready. Now we can essentially deploy the API. We're gonna create a new stage. We'll click on dev. Okay, deploy. So my API has been deployed, and now I can test it out. So I can go to stages. I can go to dev. They'll provide you an endpoint as well. As you can see, that's an endpoint you can go, or if you want to test through the UI, you could do that as well. I'm gonna open it on a new tab, and hopefully I should see hello world from the Lambda. Absolutely great. You're doing so far so good. Amazing. Now we just gotta add authorizer to here. We click on authorizer, and I click on new authorizer. My demo, we'll click on Cognito, and then here we'll select that, and here we'll select authorization, right? And then we'll click on create. At this point, that's done. Now we can test it out. As you can see, it says unauthorized, right? We still have to attach that to the API. So we're gonna click on resource, click on that API right here, and then click on method request. Click on the edit button right here, and then click on, and if this doesn't show up, click on the refresh your browser window. This is something with Amazon, that UI, it doesn't show up, so which is why I had to refresh. So I'm gonna click on edit, and then now I see my demo here, right? So I'm gonna click on this tick mark, and here then I'm gonna select email. Okay, so we click again on this check mark option here, and at this point you have secured your API using Cognito. Absolutely great, guys. Congratulations on that. Now click on deploy API. We'll deploy to the same, did I have? Oh, yeah, dev one. I just want to do on dev. So we'll deploy all the new changes, and now essentially your API has been secured with Cognito. How you can pass it through a JWT token, I'm going to be showing you right now in a second. So please be patient. So if I go to this route, this one right here, right? If I put this on Postman now, or my browser in a second, and give it a couple of seconds because we just have deployed it. Let me try my incognito. Usually, you know, because of this cache and all, I usually have a hard time. So it's still not done. Let's wait. So let's go to resource and make sure we have attached that. So I'm gonna click on the get resource method request, making sure that's done. Okay, email is done, so that should be good, right? And then the authorizer, we set that as well, right? So authorizer has been set as well. Let's deploy this again, just making sure that I'm deploying it to the right one. Clicking on deploy, and at this point that has been deployed. And if you want, you can test things out. You can click on the test button, right? If you click on test, it should essentially fire up your Lambda function. And as you can see, it's still firing up the Lambda, right? I'm still getting hello world from Sawmill, right? So not sure what exactly. Let me see, authorizer. So that's good. Okay, we put that one in. Okay. Let's click on edit, just making sure Cognito. Okay, that's the one that I had. Authorization, we click on save, that's good. And click on resource, that's my endpoint that I had. We click here, my demo, email. Okay, that all looks good. Yeah, I think it should have worked. Let's just wait for a second because I just have deployed this, right? Might have taken a second or two. So let's try things from Postman. So let's close all these routes here. I just want to close all these things that I'm not using, because I've been doing some testing before, right, before this video. So now I'm trying to put this route that has been given by API Gateway. As you can see, we putting a get request, and now as you can see, it says unauthorized. It takes usually a second or two, because since I deployed that took a second or two, right? Says unauthorized. Now how do you make this work? Right now, extremely easy. You can come to your Cognito, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, come to app client settings and click on hosted UI. Okay, and copy this. This cache thing always creates a problem for me, not sure why, but I just don't like it. Let me close this one, go to Cognito. Okay, I'm gonna copy this, and I'm maybe trying an incognito at this point. Not sure why that's happening. It shouldn't happen technically. So you see, right, it's clearly or maybe it's taking a second or two, not sure why that happened. But okay, now guys, this is an important step. What you gotta do over here, you see this response type as code. In order to authorize your API, now you gotta change this to token. Okay, very important. Okay, so make that and then put enter. Okay, now I'm gonna sign in with my normal credentials. Oh, that's a wrong password, sorry. Not sure why it says an incorrect password. Let's try What was my password I entered? I forgot. Okay, we do that one. That's fine. I'm just gonna click on forget password. That's fine. Okay, reset password. Okay, now we go to my email and hopefully I should see a reset link. Here you can see that. That's the number that they gave me. I'm gonna put that and then I'm gonna gonna click on change password. So my password has been changed successfully. Now we can sign in. So I'm gonna sign in with that, and now as you can see, this is what we need. Pull up a notepad and dump all this thing here. Okay. Now how do you authorize your API? Damn it. Okay, so the user will log in, and right now you see the ID token part. So now you gotta copy all the way till this one, right? This is what you gotta do. Now what you can do is let me show you actually. There are two things that I can show you first of all. So let's go to authorizer and I'm gonna show you here. So we can click on test. If I put anything, it's gonna say unauthorized, right? Damn it. Okay, so now here when you come here, you see this access token, guys. If I did not mistake the one, you can copy this, right? And I think it was access token. If not, I'll double check. Was it bearer token? I usually make mistakes all the time at this particular step usually. I think it was this one. Did I copy that correctly? Okay, let's click on test. Okay, now you can see it's authorized. So it seems to be it was an ID token. I mistaked it. You know, I always make mistake at this point. But yeah, you can copy this. You can also do one more thing. There's a JWT decoder. You can also use JWT decoder on the web. You know, you can come here. What you can do, is it this one or let me just make sure. Usually I'm confused always on that part. So yeah, you can decode it and you can see, you know, that's the email address, expiration time, everything you can see here, right? So that's that part. Now, in order to use now API gateway, so now I showed you, right? Now your API has been secured. Now what you can do is go to stages, dev, this one. Okay, so when you are now invoking this API on your Postman, which is here we got unauthorized, right? So like make sure .com dev 3k. Okay, so now guys, you want to click on headers and then in the authorization. Now this is where it's a little tricky because now as far as I remember, guys, you gotta put access token here. So okay, we copy access token and not the ID token this time. It's a little weird, I know, but let's try now. We should see a hello world. There you go, guys, and now you see a hello world from Lambda, which means your APIs are much more secure with AWS Cognito. So essentially in this video, I taught you how to essentially create user pools, right? Then we created a simple API, we added a Lambda, and then I showed you how to add AWS Cognito to that, right? And this is how you can make things work. Right now, every industry is trying to adopt AWS Cognito. It's much more secure, much more easy. All the hassle, you can leave it to AWS. They'll handle that. You just focus on writing your application logic. With that being said, hope you have really enjoyed this video. And if you did, kindly let me know in the comment section below. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section below. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and I'll see you guys in the next video.